Over 5 million in revenue. My products were in 200 stores, 15 years in a business, and I decided to shut it down and walk away from it all. I felt like I was building the wrong type of success for me. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the behind the scenes, why I made this decision, and how to know whether you are investing your time and energy in the wrong kind of success. Hey there, I'm Anna. This channel is for over 40 business owners and coaches who want to grow their audience on YouTube and monetize beyond AdSense. I'm based in New York City. I'm now in Vancouver at a mastermind, so I'll show you how gorgeous Vancouver is. Let me first give you the background of my business. So I had it for 15 years and it started as a hobby. I was creating jewelry by hand. I was selling it. And then when I started scaling the business, I realized I couldn't make stuff by hand anymore and I started outsourcing. So it lost its charm. It became something that I didn't plan for it to become. But in order to have the collections in 200 stores, this was the next level of growth. So the more I was growing the business, the more misaligned I felt. Even though I had an external success, I didn't feel it inside. I wasn't proud of my business. When I was asked the question, what do you do? I was dreading the answer. And I felt like I was succeeding at something I didn't want to grow. When I was thinking in 5 years or a 10-year time, I wasn't excited about scaling it. I feel towards the end of my business, before I shut it down, I was just like maintaining it. Also, when I was looking at people who are further ahead in the business, I didn't want their life. I didn't want their lifestyle. I wasn't aspiring to be them. So the key questions that made me decide to close down the business were, am I proud when I'm asked, what do you do? And I wasn't. Another question I asked myself was, is it something that I want to grow in 5 years? And then I was asking myself if this is the future I want when I was looking at chains of stores or people who are making 10 times as much in revenue. I was like, no, this is not the life I want. This doesn't make me feel excited or fulfilled. So 6 years ago, I made a complete leap into something new, into being a coach, being a mentor, an owner of a digital product business, an owner of a membership. But it wasn't that I started the business 6 years ago. I actually signed up for coaching, got my coaching trainings while I had the other business. So I created this cushion for myself. But the transition, the pivot itself was very difficult because I was stepping off the stage of the performance that was still going. I was leaving something behind that was still very successful. So to make the choice to shut it down and to walk away from great income, great revenue was challenging. But what was more important for me was to feel in alignment. And I knew it was going to be costly. I knew it was going to take time. I actually didn't, and I will get to it in a minute. Made me make that difficult decision. So as far as timing, honestly, I felt the transition was going to be smoother and faster. I felt that I was going to just keep riding the wave of success from my previous business. No. No, I didn't realize I was starting from scratch, completely from scratch. It's not that I was successful in the previous business, so I'm just gonna take a success with me and just transfer it over seamlessly into my new business. No, I realized that I had to start from scratch. Well, because I started the business while my other business was supporting me financially, that was way easier. But still, financially, I was not there with my new business comparing to where my business was when I left it. So, and it makes sense. I mean, I was in that business for 15 years. So to get to that level of financial success, I was wrong to expect it right away. And yet I kind of did. But then I realized, and I had some coaching around it, that I have to build it. And I shift my mindset completely. And instead of thinking of the ultimate goal, the financial numbers, I started finding joy in the building, finding joy in the process. Because my digital offers, my products didn't work out right away. My clients were not resonating with my message right away. When I was launching my cohort programs, I wasn't getting the crowds that I was getting at trade shows for my jewelry business, store owners wanting more and more of my products. I wasn't getting the lines. Like in my previous business, I was used to the lines of people lining up for my products. Now, I wasn't really getting the lines, but slowly I was getting some interest and then more. And then I realized that I had to change my angles, do some tweaking. I realized I was in the business of tweaking, in the business of optimizing, in the business of changing. And I made a shift of, instead of thinking that, oh, my launch failed. No, I started thinking that I'm getting feedback that this messaging didn't resonate. Even with this channel, with the videos, when I get low views, I am shifting my mindset and getting a message of, okay, this is the topic that can be packaged better. Maybe I can change my hook. What is there to tweak? So yeah, I'm in the business of tweaking. And now the most beautiful surprises that came from pivoting. When I'm asked, what do you do? I feel so much joy. I feel so much fulfillment, and I am so proud. I have so much to say because I am changing lives. I am shortening my clients, my members' paths to success. And it's very fulfilling for a coach. Like to see their transformation from where they're at when we start working together and then how far they're going and how motivated they are, to see that spark in their eyes that they're building something that they truly love. The same spark that I have right now when I'm building this business, it's like the best thing. And I realized that fulfillment doesn't come just from results. Fulfillment can come from the process of building, the process of your own transformation and your client's transformation. The fact that you are giving them shortcuts is so fulfilling. And this business that I'm building right now is so aligned with my location independent and time freedom lifestyle. It is exactly what I want to be building. It is exactly in the direction that I want to be going. So if this video inspired you to ask yourself questions, what does success look like to me? Am I proud of the answer to what do you do? Do I really feel in alignment? I am glad because I want to inspire you to look within and to build something that you truly are proud of because you deserve it. And if you're curious about building an online business, growing your audience, start with YouTube. Really focus on YouTube. Give yourself some time to see if YouTube is for you because it's a wonderful platform. And if you want to get some guidance on how to get started, especially if you are over 40, I do have a YouTube growth video here where I share with you what I would start with, what I would focus on if I was going to start my channel from scratch. And if you want to dive into creating your own digital products, watch this video where I share with you 15 digital products that I would start with right now in 2025.